Evo ljudi, ne znam jesam live, crashao mi je OBS, ali eto, desi se i to. Boli me brige. Kaj tu je? Igrali smo malo Fortnite-a. Sad ćemo malo popratiti, ako već volimo toliko tu igricu, malo ćemo i pogledati taj turnir i vidjeti ko će osvojiti novce. Nadam se da se bar čujem. A puko stream, idemo iz početka. Boli me briga. Pozdrav Emka. Crashao mi je, da, upalit ću, crashao mi je Fortnite. Ne Fortnite, crashao mi je ovaj vrag, OBS. Ne, ovaj put nije do neta, Ne znam koliko... ovi su pobjedili prvi game. Saf i Zajc su pobjedili prvi game. Još 37 ljudi živo. A gle zonu, gle ti koji je guža. Ljudi, za kog navijate?
He might have to use his own. Yes, he does again, and that actually works out. He hits his head on something, which takes him down from having to, fly all the way up and float and get beamed. As they're going to challenge high ground right now. Zayt and Saf looking to do what many would think was impossible, which is win back-to-back games in the stack lobby. Just saw Falconer in the lead as well, with an elimination too.
Ma nikog ne vidimo od ovih. Gdje je Tifiu, gdje je Savage, gdje je ekipa? Gdje je Benji, Fish, nema nikoga.
What are they going to do? Are they going to prioritize rotation in and not taking damage, or are they going to try to play it a little risky and go for the elims? If you're going to be going for elims, definitely open up to a lot of spray, shotgun shots, AR shots, someone suddenly taking the high ground on you. So
Ajde facecam, nemam facecam još. Na 3K, prije 3K neće biti. To jest bit će prije nek što dođemo na 3K. Isuse, ima high ground. Oni su vinali prvi game. Kako se frajer znoji je.
Right now is going to have to concede to the high ground, giving it to Snappy, and he's just going to have to stay alive as long as possible.
Baš me zanima ko će pobijediti.
He's obviously a talented player, top player. He can definitely make something happen, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do.
Cease has been by himself since the first moment of this game when Elevate went down at 98 players remaining, and he's somehow still alive. There goes Mega. You've got Darox and Item on the low ground. Vorwin getting chopped down as well. Zayt with about 100 HP.
Čovječe, ne znam, oni za ogromnu paru igraju.
Keys right now being held in the storm with 5 limbs. He's going to be eliminated from the back. Zayt taken down as well. Snappy still with the high ground. Zex and Vinny and TSM crew.
Peto mjesto su uzeli, pa dobro. Peto mjesto, čovječ.
They just got the high ground. Great use of the shockwave as well. Vinny as well as Zexro on hype for the moment.
Zexro, njega znam.
They're putting their names in the hat for potential victory royale in this game.
Go down, right? They want those limbs.
Forward now with eliminations back to back.
I on promaši.
Zexro and Vinny spraying from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down to height for the moment. The spray coming on in. It's not enough.
Kako se čovjek trese, pa moguće. Pogledajte koliko ljudi ima,
The victory royale and 7 eliminations. Look at that. Vinny's hyped and Zexro looks like he was stunned. Got his fries on a fast food order. Why am I thinking about food?
Oh my, you know, Jack, it's pretty.
Koliko ima ljudi i svega,
2-8 team to take a game 1 and game 2 and honestly.
Zamisli šta su oni od igrice napravili. Biznis visokog nivoa.
They've also been performing well. They still have so many points from eliminations.
Yep.
Oh man, what a great shotgun shot. They were perfectly in sync. They're even jumping and shotgunning at the same time. Vinny, pop off, man. You love the pop off.
So hyped. Zexro's about to start cranking 90s or default dancing in the lobby.
Like he's trying to talk about literally what are they going to do in the next
TSM, Vinny.
That's what that focus is. That reminds me, I've been in this situation before. He grabbed his hand
GG.
and shook it for himself, man. That's a top teammate, man. Great synergy.
A gle ninja.
Start to today's competition.
Koja faca ovaj ninja,
is insane. I am looking around and there are thousands and thousands of people filling up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name Jack Courage Dunlop, joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. $30 million on the line this weekend. Millions will be tuning on in from across the world. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action.
Još 4 gejma treba biti. Nisam ugasio crashom i OBS.
These games are incredible. Yep. And just listen, if you guys are watching at home, you guys want to be
Ninja se nije kvalificirao.
You want to be competing. Take notes. Watch these players. Watch how they build. Watch the fights that they take, the way they rotate. And we'll see you guys here next year, man.
Guess what? Game number 2 ended with.
Ali ovaj Ninja je najveći biznis napravio od svih streamera. Čovjek se osigura za više života, boli ga briga.
Thank you so much, Courage. I appreciate that. NA showing up and taking care of business. Games 1 and 2. Vinny and Zexro with a fantastic
Vidi njih dvojicu,
together, which is an incredible thing, right? Walk me through the just in-game for you guys.
So the comms kind of hectic because of the noise, but we're just really good at playing together. Like we're the longest duo that have played together. So yeah, we just know to.
Great, fantastic work, guys. Back to you, Ninja and Courage. JD.
Pa vidit ćemo ko je najveći, vidit ćemo ko je najbolji. Ali ne vidim ni Seviđa, ni nikog od ovih baš popularnih.
While they might be some younger players, they've definitely been around the block here in competitive Fortnite.
Again, you just see them, just like a lot of other talent here, always at the top of the duo qualifiers every single week. Even though they already qualified, they continue to keep playing and practicing. Guess what? They just took the game number 2. You gotta be pumped right now, man. Once you win one of these games, you can't let up, though. Again, and that's why I love that energy. Zach was immediately just, I felt like he was just talking about, what are we gonna do next? Hey, man, good job, we won that. Let's do it again, right? How are we gonna change? Maybe even do better somehow. Get more limbs in game 3.
No, for sure. And
Maki nisam ugasio live, Maki, Veki, nisam ugasio live, nego mi je crashao OBS.
Where are things playing on out? It is still Zate and Sap
Dubs
at the top. Dubs and
Mongrel Nitro na 5. mjestu.
In second, Zexro and Vinny with that performance go from 0 points up to
Gdje
17, Ninja.
je Tifju?
That is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game and come right back. Mongrel and Mitro still in your top 5, as well as Serpent Hype, Darox, Item, Borwin and Tux, Snappy and Red Rush all there.
Biće tu svašta još.
Zate and Sap do have a nice little lead right now. Nobody is safe from the rest of this lobby, I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, just take a look at the points.
Evo, Benji Fish i Savage, 15. mjesto.
They fell out of the top 10, but look at that. Storm and Epic Whale, 12 points. Daedra.
A ima tu još igranja,
12 points. All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 extra eliminations right there, and boom, they'll move up 6 places. You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game, all right? 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Remember, if you get 50th place or 11th place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000 as a duo.
Still.
But if you go from 10th up to 1st, it jumps all the way to 3 million. So everyone
3 milijona
on that
nagrada.
top prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know
Maki, Veki je sti lud.
What an absolute blast, ladies and gentlemen.
Veki, šta si ti poludio, čovječ?
For hopping in for some guest casting. What a great job.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother, to be here. That's going to do it for us.
Je se čujem ja u live-u?
Here on the caster desk, but I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you all.
Mongrel i Mitro su peti su Mongrel i Mitro. Pa šta ovaj Veki nije oprao uši? Peti su. Mongrel i Mitro 5. mjesto. A ne znam gdje je ti Few. Pogodi koji sam kupio ples. Nemam pojma, buras.
Quite a bit more games left to get through, but you know, if you've been watching for a long time, you know I'm a big fan of everyone that loves Fortnite. It's all about bringing people together, and I like to say Fortnite fam. That's my thing. That's what I do. And you know, there's actually a lot
Baš se nije ti Few kvalificirao sa Cloakom.
be part of all of this, and I thought, what better way to give back to you guys than to teach you how to say Fortnite from all around the world. So in just a moment, we're going to take a look at a video, and I can't wait because this is actually the first time I'm seeing this. A lot of work went into making
A ja
this
sam mislio da se
happen.
kvalificira.
So I can't wait for us to watch this together. Let's take a look.
Hello Fortnite fam.
포트나이트 팬 여러분들 안녕하세요.
Привет, Fortnite семья.
Ne ottirite storia.
Jag är fan Fortnite.
What's up Fortnite fam?
Fortnite 팬 여러분들.
안녕하세요. What's up Fortnite fam? Hey, 저는 Fortnite fam. What's up Fortnite fam?
Evo ga.
Vad geht Fortnite?
Najbohatiji lik na sceni.
What's up Fortnite fam?
Yo, what's up, Fortnite fam?
Are you trying to floss?
Sorry, I'm texting.
What's up Fortnite fam?
What's up Fortnite fam? What's up Fortnite fam?
A se bože.
E aí galera do Fortnite.
What's up Fortnite fam? G'day Fortnite fam.
Happy Ninja, pozdrav za tebe.
Bonjour, comment ça va les fans de Fortnite? Good day Fortnite fam.
Cheer up Fortnite fam. What up boys?
Ko je najbohatiji? Pa Mongrel, ko bi bio najbohatiji?
That was even better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective, are the Fortnite fam. Get used to it. We're here to stay. Now, guys, you know, there's a few more things I want to take a look at before.
Ej, ste vidjeli ko je bio na 10. mjestu?
One of the things
Jučer.
to kind of do if you're here or if you're at home, you've been watching.
Na 10. mjestu jučer je bio jedan dečko iz Hrvatske.
Hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive hoodie. Would you like one of those things? Would you like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have? You can
Mario
go
Hezonja.
get your hands on one. Head on over retailroad.com.
Pa nije Mongrel za sad najbolji.
Sure, we got some hoodies, we've got hats, we've even got
Zato kaj je bahat.
a little drone that's the battle bus. It looks
Mario
amazing.
Hezonja, da.
The top balloon is actually the drone.
Košarkaš, da, bio je na 10. mjestu.
You best believe I'm gonna pick one up.
Da, 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 ono je iz NBA.
Family, they're not ready for it. But there
Mario
you go.
Hezonja, da, da.
Also, that drift shirt by
Sa
far
Nick Merson, tako je.
piece of merchandise ever. Those of you that really do know me, you know I love drift. He's
Dobra
easily my
duksica,
favorite character. But just some cool things. If you're looking to get some World Cup exclusive thing, go ahead and take a look. Now, for those of you who have also been watching kind of all 10-week qualifiers,
Pogledajte ljudi,
you know we
tu je
love
negdje
Golden
guh.
Boy. And there's actually one thing specifically he was kind of telling people.
Čak je
after
jako
the
dobar.
interview
Pa da, dobar je.
And that was,
Kad ne igra
hey,
košarku,
when we
nego
get to
igra
New York,
Fortnite.
you're gonna be in my hometown. Let's catch up and get a slice of pizza.
Nemoj mi picu spominjat. Pozdrav, Losička. Opa, samo malo. Pozdrav, Losička. Evo, nastavljamo odmah. Samo da malo stišam sve. Preglasno mi je. Aj upali bro, pa gledamo prvenstvo. Moramo vidjeti, pa ljudi volimo tu igricu, igramo je svaki dan, pa moramo vidjeti ko je najbolji na svijetu. Aydin. Evo Aydin. JCL Aydin.
What's up, boys? Welcome to Waypoint. Good to see you. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. All right, fellas. Let's go.
Pozdrav, Brekalo.
Let's go. All right.
Kaj sad ovi tu kuhaju kavu?
Alright, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here in my hometown, New York City. Thoughts on it so far? Chenkin, we'll start with you.
Hot,
a lot of
people.
Yeah. Hot and a lot of people. I'm sorry, but also welcome to New York. That's kind of the way it is out here. Where are you from in Austria?
Austria, like I'm near Salzburg.
And the population,
40K.
I think it was like 40,000 people in the train that you were in on the way here.
Probably like
Yeah, so
there was so many people.
now I want
Ko je
to
Aydin? Ovaj tu, Ajdan. Gost Aydin.
This is going to be the biggest opportunity I would imagine of your lives. You're going to be playing in front of a massive crowd. Is there a way as a player that you prepare for that?
Pozdrav Divine Legend.
There's a way to like prepare for it.
Čovječe, više ljudi ovo gleda nego kad ja igram.
Like nervous.
Pa sad ću samo prenosit nešto.
Then we should be good. Like
It's still crazy having like a live crowd.
I svi use code BabyFacecro.
Like too seriously. If I play relaxed, I'm.
Koliko si imao najviše bodova u World Cupu? Pa nemam pojma.
Looks like he's just chilling on his couch at home.
40.
And it was like I was just relaxed, you know. And
Nema, danas gledamo World Cup.
Okay, so gentlemen, we're going to be heading off to some different sites around the city. We're going to go to Washington Square Park, so let's go and check it out.
Tako je, svi sad s BabyFacecro. A dobro, kaj sad ja njih gledam kak se šetaju.
Alright, so now here we are in Washington Square Park, gentlemen. And I love the fact that we've conveniently
Hoćeš da ti napravim overlay za donaciju, to sve? Ne treba buraz, imam ja već sve. Baby su 180 FPS-a, tako je! Gledamo, 200 FPS-a mi je poteglo.
You guys are potentially going to be facing off against each other. Have you thought about that now?
I don't know. I just don't want to feel the L2 spam like.
Oh, you don't want to feel the L2 spam?
I've watched them play a little bit. Him and Stompy, they're very like I've seen them play aggro before. It's pretty scary. So if you have chemistry where you can play without even talking, you guys know what you're gonna do.
Gle koju figuricu ima od Fortnite-a.
What you guys are going to experience this weekend, this is the first Fortnite World Cup. You're going to be playing for millions of dollars potentially. Has that even set with you guys yet?
Even if it's not me, I'm thinking there's gonna be millionaires after this tournament. There's gonna be millionaires.
Life-changing money.
I try not to be, I'm not like greedy about it or anything. It's really nice to see like people that nobody know about and they could just blow up off of this.
All right, I'm going to dive more into that, but I think it's time to get a slice of pizza.
Daj slice of pizza I meni, buraze.
Take you out for a good pizza. We'll get some pizza. To give everyone pizza. Yeah, I'm going to show up with 2 giant boxes of pizza. Pizza. Say I won't, Bala. Say I won't. And I kept telling people, hey, I want to get a slice of pizza with you. You know, all the players, and they all ignored me. You know? So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this has been an incredible journey for you all. You're now on the precipice of one of the biggest events in the history of all competitive gaming.
I'm happy that it was a fair chance for everybody, you know, open qualifiers.
Yeah.
You could have no exposure, but if you're good, you get in the tournament. So yeah, I'm just really thankful to be here, and I'm gonna enjoy my time here.
yeah, we just try to like make our fans happy. I'm really looking forward to play on the stage in front of the 100,000 people.
Do you feel like the fans and how they've been supporting you all on this road to this, do you feel like that adds a little bit to this pressure?
Honestly, it gives just more support for me. I feel more like happy to be here when there's all these people.
Ja odoh na ćevape, ajde majstri, dobar tek.
Other players.
Ma ono jučer je bilo bez veze.
I just can't wait to see all like the crowd, and I know it's gonna get bigger and bigger every event. So.
Fellas, best of luck at the Fortnite World Cup this weekend. Seriously, nothing but the best for you, but we're in the thick of things here in New York. So I think we got to get some more pizza. You guys down? All right, let's do it.
New York's got everything, and this weekend, most importantly, it's got the Fortnite World Cup. Now that these two have had their slice, let's see how they handle the competition.
Ajde, hoću gledat game, a ne vas kako jedete pizzu.
Good guy, golden boy. You gotta love him. You can't not. He's just the best, and it's really cool that he got to go out, hang out with Aiden, get some pizza, and, you know, just tour New York. You love to see it. You love to see it. Now, guys, there is actually a dynamic duo that we want to talk to.
Opa.
Standing by. He's going to be chatting with Nix and PFZin. These guys qualified back from the Brazilian region. They've got some things to say.
Ja idem.
So, Jordan, let's go over you.
Zadnja beba sub to rotel. Hvala ti na subu sub to rotel. A ja isto tražim guha, čovječe, nisi normala, ne?
Você estava dominando nas últimas semanas, principalmente para os qualifiers da World Cup. Você pode falar pouco sobre a dinâmica de vocês?
Eu e o PFzinho costuma jogar bem agressivo e tentar pegar o máximo de eliminações possível.
PFzinho and I, we try to play as aggressive as possible and get as many...
Ajde, idem ja vidjeti kak izgledaš.
As you should in the name of Battle Royale right now. PFZin, you seem to balance out the fiery kind of loose cannon nature of Nyx, who is obviously a dominant player, kind of helping him set up for a solid end game. What's it been like to work with such a young and fiery player like Nyx?
PFzinho, você parece que você
Ništa nisam vidio, ajde.
O estilo bem
Preslabo se čuje.
incendiante do Nyx. Então, como é que é isso para você?
Preslabo se čuje, evo ti brate, ako hoćeš glasnije. Sad će se čuti. Sad će se čuti puno bolje.
E eu controlando high ground. Basicamente é lado mais estratégico, enquanto ele é o lado mais agressivo.
Basically, I have more of a support role. Whenever we're in high ground, I'm just more in the background, supporting him. Like he has a more aggressive role.
Setting him up.
Yeah.
To fire the loose cannon at the end. It reminds me of the very W key in a West that I play on all the time, and that has really, just got me cranking my 90s.
Klinci se kvalificirali i bore se tu za velike pare.
Back to you.
Whoa. Jordan, it's back to me. Come on. Courage, he's just found the chicken parmesan. Someone whispered the word and he went running. You hate to see it. Also, big shout out to Nyx and PFZen. I actually chatted with Nyx very quickly. He walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm Nyx." And I'm thinking, this guy knows how to talk. So I talked a bunch of stuff, told him much I loved him. Turns out he didn't understand any of it. So I had to get a translator and tell him that I love him. But that's how things go. Now, of course, guys, I know what you want. You want more games. We have 4 on deck. So I think for now, we're going to send it back up to Golden Boy and Monster. They're going to get us into these games. So how's CJ Mike Realm? Play us in.
Daj game, čovječe. Čuj DJ-a je. Pa bolje bi ja izmiksao je. Leo, jesi mi dobar, Leo?
To DJ Mike Realm, spinning the ones and twos here.
Ja u gameu taman sad dobio nekog Hrvata. GG Fran.
As we have games 3 and 4 on deck. And so far, this has been one of the most exciting events I've ever been to. That game 1 was ridiculous. Game 2 did not disappoint as well, Monster.
No, it didn't. I thought for a second there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zayt and Sap. And I mean, we honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestant, even Miz and Daedra, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the way through. And it's that level of consistency that's going to cut the difference in making it all the way through the top 10 and being a World Cup winner.
What I've loved seeing is that standings page, top 10. International through and through. You got the Japanese players popping off, European players popping off, players from New Zealand. Everyone's putting in every little bit they can. But folks, it's now time for game number 3. The players are all loaded up in the battle bus, and we are about to take off. Let's see who's going to get that much closer to raising the trophy and being your Fortnite World Champions of Duos. Here we go.
Ajmo vidjeti.
Big going Golden Boy, because we are jumping into game 3 as these cameras populate. Your favorite competitors are here. They've made it this far. It's the duo competition. If you were nervous before, hopefully they kicked the bucket over this little break here, and they're back and they're recuperating.
I know I practically kicked the bucket after Vinny and Zetro won game 2, man. I was feeling it, man.
I'm more.
And there they are on your screen. So the drop for the bus here.
Niko ne lenda u Junk Junction.
South one going right over that ice biome. It's going to cut pretty much center of the map there.
Znači, niko nije lenda u Junk Junction.
I'm very happy that they're performing this well, Monster. This is a duo that had so much success. Even going into the World Cup qualifiers, we all were like, yeah, this is a duo that definitely should make it. This is a duo that, hey, they could even win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then tragedy struck as Zexro had a few.
Vidi, lendali su na Vikinge, kojiš. Nice.
With his hands, and I'm make sure I'm getting that right. And I'm just bummed out about that. Good to see them here showing up, man. That's huge.
I mean, that's what you expect of our competitive veterans, specifically Zexro, Vinny. They go back to as many of the LAN tournaments that we've seen, as does Zayt and Sap. But anyways, look, in here we have UN, KBB. He's going to take down Mexi. Is Scram close by? Is he close enough? And this is a battle going down in Snobby Shores. So off the rip here, we have players getting dropped. That's actually going to be our first elimination.
Pozdrav Zmajf, pa znam ja ko si ti, tebe se sjećam uvijek.
From the Viking Island right up above, and he just kind of turns a corner.
Evo, neko je već umro, je užas.
So that's his now. You got a little toe-to-toe action here, Golden Boy.
Very rough situation to be in here, but Zexro now looking to engage in this one. Potentially here is going to have. We're going to go over to his POV now. Kind of get it's a little wild, man. It's like just getting the bearings all together here. I think for the players as well, that moment where they can just have that conversation. What are they going to do? How are they going to just implement?
Čujte koliko ih je lendalo tu oko Snubija.
Do you mix it up? Do you change your drop spots? These are things that are going to be so important for these players. The time that they can take to just communicate with one another. Now Scram looking to be potentially in a world of hurt here. We heard from Nyx, PF Zin earlier on. This is the Brazilian duo. I don't think they know that. Yes, Scram, they're going to be on the hunt for him, so they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
Ne mogu ga naći.
In the players' lounge, you could feel the tension, specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. These guys qualified, and they qualified with heavy elimination. Nyx especially being one of our only players to like literally qualify as hard as you can in the for the weekend.
He was at it each and every week. You constantly saw him at the top every single time. It was so impressive, and also qualifying for solo, so we'll be seeing Nyx tomorrow. And then you got Scram. He's got 2 eliminations. But he's just hiding this one out. He hears them making all that ruckus, all the noise around him. And Scram just does not want to give up his position. Perhaps he grabbed his teammate's reboot card. He's maybe looking for that play. But Nyx they have to have an idea of where he's going to be located here.
Yeah, he does not want to give up his position here. He's actually just hiding in the basement right now, hoping that these guys just kind of blow by like
možda čak preživi.
As Nyx and PF Zin, they think it's clear. They think it's all good because they came in and they just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually didn't initiate the battle against Mexi and Scram here. So Scram might just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by as he hears this powerhouse duo, this Brazilian duo, kind of loot their way through and make their way to the zone soon.
And loot they definitely will, because they're getting a lot of resources out of this. Scram over in the distance, he's going to be out of there, but now we're making our way over to the action. It's happening with 7.
Neki fajtić lagano.
Now looking to push on for this fight here, potentially. Got some shots going off. Crims is going to play that overlook position, getting challenged there, and trying to use that advantage from the download, a little bit of that right hand, right? Just see if you can get a peek in there. Does get tagged up, Crims. Guy does back away there, does manage to build out. And Spades is going to force him out. There you go. So they're just right now playing for that positioning, and I like the fact that they're using these, the natural high grounds, right? Get to the top, hold it down. Don't really focus too much on just trying to get in their face quite yet. Give yourself that moment of opportunity. And
a svi su oprezni, čovječe, ipak se igra na... Ipak je velika nagrada, igra se za pobjednika, za najboljeg igrača na svijetu.
And then pursue the push here. So again, look at how now they're split up again. So Spades and Crims are doing a great job here pressuring and isolating their opponents right now. And so far, they're definitely dictating the pace of battle here.
Yeah,
that's what they want to continue to do.
They're suffocating them. Plain and simple, right? Not let them get any kind of movement there. I mean, Jam side and 7SSK7, they're having a conversation of what the play is. What is the movement going to be? But Crims and Spades are not going to allow allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crims
Lokaliga,
to knock down Jam Side. He's looking for 7 SSK7 around the corner, and that's going to be the elimination registered. Both players are going to be out of there. And a big win there for Crimson Spades.
What a clean push right there. Crimson Spades have so much to prove
GG.
here because when they qualified, they were kind of looked down on like, wait a second.
Baby, hoćeš igrat?
Was it not? No, they're
Pa
here
mogli
to
bi
show
odigrat
it
poslije
off
ovog
and show
gema
why
koju, a?
They're at the World Cup Finals, but now hopping back with Miz and Daedra, we saw them have a great game one.
Ne znam, hoćete da odigramo koju ili da gledam? A to je, šta znam, već je 9 sati je.
Not necessarily picking up too many.
Pa mogli bi koju nabaciti taj.
Dependent on just piping up these players at these points of interest, and looks like Lucky Landers is theirs right now.
And they'll have that, but let's see. Miz and Daedra. They linger about it. I'm also, I love the fact that you go to this hot spot here, so there is going to be
Pozdrav mi giftaš, ne.
free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you're going to have that circle.
Ma gledat ću, da, gledat ću.
So you don't got to worry too much. You can continue to focus on looting. High ground has been lost, though. Miz needs to be careful. Where's Daedra?
Gledamo i uživamo.
Next to him, trying to get these angles.
So what they have to do, they have to stick together. Looking for the sound cues right here. Can they find their opponent? Catch a nice little low ground peek right here. Low ground is definitely underrated.
Pozdrav, Aida.
Just kind of peek out, catch a big shot. You're almost guaranteed a headshot, which is a big multiplier.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high ground. That's the bread and butter.
Čovječe, 94 ljudi je živo, a imam osjećaj da game traje već 10 minuta.
No better than most that the low ground can pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning, and maybe some overzealous players to try and get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo along with Wishy.
I'm actually very interested to see if Gustavo's going to lead this push here, because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead the pushes. It's Wishy. Wishy's the aggressive one here. So he has the ultimate high. He's always looking for the shot. What are they going to do? It's just a nice standoff.
Yeah, and that's this whole event, right? Players have just been very cautious about what they want to do. They are not trying to get too aggressive in these fights. They know what's on the line here. Millions in prizing is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out early on. But Gustavo's going to be putting shots down. Focusing this player, forcing him to actually build up. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 HP remaining, and just a hope and a prayer. But unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough there. Gustavo's out. Wishy isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
Gotta love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points.
Smirky.
Feels so good.
It's really good. It feels really good. And then Volks and Parpy. And look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this.
Nisam vidio, ajde, nekaki slash.
And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing on Volks. Parpy pushing back here. I wonder, you get split up like this, but Volks and Parpy, they love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched when it came down to eliminations in the qualifying rounds. They had the most, actually, and even pulled off a consecutive 5 victories in 8 games to qualify
Ovi su neki opasni.
Volks and Parpy, another kind of reference to game 1. They had a great game 1. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through to end game. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do, but being split up is terrible.
Also, in the distance, I just want to
Baby, I missed.
A very aggro controller player. He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun mixture of players that look to get that safe approach to the game, and then others that just want
Luka
to
Rajić, pozdrav koji jesi tu.
early on, because maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like if you get late game, that's great, but you do want to rack up a few eliminations. Look how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself a few elims and then maybe manage to make it to that top 15, which is very hard given how many players have stayed alive in this game. Games 1 and 2, we were at what, circle 5, or yeah, circle 5. I think we were sitting at like 45, 46 players. They're just waiting for movement.
Yeah, and that's where that storm surge kicks in, right? Does damage to players. That's feeling back. But Crew and Chapel, one of my picks to watch. Had sort of been struggling in the format so far. I guess when the real pressure's on, you know, the environment shifts, right? Everything changes.
That's right. That's right. Everything changes here, and KRAJU does manage to get that shot off, or attempted to, with that tactical shotgun. It was not going to get the connection necessary there, but it did put the fear in the player to have to back away.
Bože, pozdrav i zašto nisi ti na turniru? A zato što ne znam igrat Fortnite, a veliki pozdrav za tebe. Diče, pa nema nikog s naših prostora, kaj ti je.
Could have gotten real risky for them.
I was going to say, that was a respectful disengage. You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened.
Yeah, that's
they
right.
need big performances.
Daj, živo je 84 čovjeka.
Placement and end game, so good on them to kind of
Meni
back up,
Fortnite
and
skida
when you have
V-Bucks.
stinkers, there's no
What?
defense against it. You get chunked down right through your
Evo,
pillars.
dobro si.
It really is
Rin,
going
veliki
to go
pozdrav za
against.
tebe.
And speaking about the stinkers here, Epic Whale's under pressure right now, and that's just going to chunk him down. They force him off of the campfire, and we'll see if he returns to it. Yep, here you go.
Yeah, you're only going to get so much time with that campfire. Epic Whale, along with 40R Storm. This is a week 10
Nije bio
qualified
širat
duo.
još.
Last
Mislim da
month
ne
you could
danas.
possibly have it happen.
Da,
They
znam
managed
da je
to
Guh
pull it
tamo.
off. Maybe this
Blago
could
njemu.
be the game for them. Another dominating duo in the scene. Airwalks and
Eno
Nikov.
Mongrela i Mitra.
Airwalks winning the Pro-Am yesterday 2 times now. This is a whole new ball game. Best players in the world in this lobby. It's
Ovo je
not
jučer
gonna be a
pobjedio.
cakewalk, and he knows that. It hasn't been the best run thus far for Airwalks and Nikov.
Yeah, and it was their last final games there. Notice the text right there. The fast track Airwalks and Nikov qualified for the
above
Fortnite
su,
World Cup in their final 7 games. That's
Od Storm
intense.
Surge-a.
They were struggling so close on
Pozdrav,
the
Perčić.
cusp every single weekend, so close to qualifying. If it was 5 placements, they were 6 or so like that. It was that close for them. But jumping in here, KRAJU is going to put some pressure down, and it looks like his teammate has been traded out as well. He's already gone.
Also going to see some eliminations over in the feed as well. You got KRAJU who just cleaned up on Volks, but Septic took out X-Mend. And then I think I saw XXM pop up there on the receiving end of a shot there, so will be out of the action as well. KRAJU by himself has 1
Pa bio je
elimination.
Subday do sad.
Going to be looking to get as many points as possible. Now we're going
Do
to be
sad smo
seeing
imali
40
Subday pa
duos
smo
left alive.
odlučili gledati
We're
World
going
Cup.
into the next circle here in just a little bit. It's going to start to collapse. Salty Springs.
Čovječe, kako je ovo teško igrat negdje.
Got a lot of bodies that are going to be lingering outside. Some that are even as far out as Dusty Divot, like on the northern end of it, sticking around there. So maybe trying to get some last-minute loot, perhaps. We'll have to see.
Here is Parpy looking for that peak. Volks and Parpy always tend to stay together, but wait a second, that was a tricky little shockwave right there. He did try to sneak his way into the build. He takes the wall. What are you going to do with it? KRAJU still looking for the replacement here. He gets it on land, takes the wall.
Kako ga je pogodio,
KRAJU's excitement, you can feel it from here. That was a huge shot. With the new tactical shotgun, the legendary.
Kako ga je
That's right.
stresao.
When you're feeling it, man. He went right for the fight. Ambitious, the young player there from Sweden, 15 years of age, man, and he's playing for millions
Kad
of
će
dollars.
biti opet? Ne znam,
So many
vidjet
of
ću.
these players.
Sutra možda,
They're
preksutra,
just
nemam pojma.
young ones. We have a lot of young fans here in the arena today. Maybe next year this could be them. And then you got a few of the veterans. Sexro, Vinny, saw Nate Hill. As well as
Di je Nate Hill?
Mitro.
Meni je Nate Hill drag jako.
There in the corner of the screen. And back over to our
Ovi su prošli game
Sexro
pobjedili.
and Vinny. No eliminations to their name thus far. I mentioned Wolfie's the aggro controller player. He went right for Nix and just take him out on that one.
A boli Ninju briga, Ninja je napravio buraz. Osigura se. Fučka se njemu za World Cup.
Great kid, definitely enthusiastic about being here at the World Cup, and he feels totally prepared. He's ready to represent. He's one of the few controller players who actually qualified for this weekend. This is a big weekend for a lot of
Baš Ninju brige za World Cup, iskreno.
Here you have Cease and Elevate. They haven't found their rhythm.
They've been a little quiet, man. They won WSOE, a great duo that has had success in the past, but this has just not been their game so far. Gotta get something to turn it around. The talent is
Elevate.
there. I think I saw someone on the Fortnite competitive Reddit mention, why is no one talking about Cease and Elevate? And I think it's just important to note that in order for us to talk about it, they gotta start doing some things. And I think Teams 1 and 2 is not...
Elevate je dobar, da.
Yeah, and I mean, we were there in the warm-up rounds. A lot of players were not necessarily strategy, but whoa, that's a huge shot on Zip right there.
Kakav hit Mitra,
Flying down the field right there.
Sent him packing. Dear me.
Kakav hit Mitra,
Back into the action at hand. We're gonna
Filipe, evo igramo igricu, gledamo. Prek čega gledaš World Cup? Pa imaš u igrici ga možeš gledat. Znači u igrici imaš prazorčić u Fortnite. Bravo Babyface.
Big shot right there, these double snipes, you gotta be careful. There's no standing still in a box here because you might eat one right there, they line up another.
Right.
Not quite successful that time around, but hey, all damage matters. Storm Surge, you want to be dealing damage.
Ko će dobiti solo sutra? Pojma nema. A to nikad ne mreš
What happened in game 1, man? The Storm Surge claimed a lot of victims. You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still. There's Fwexy and Letwick on the move. Nyrox right behind him. Cooler organization.
Benji Fish knocker.
Saw that one off on the side.
Eto, vidiš ti to.
Savage now having to deal with the player that had engaged on him. Gonna get built above. He just needs to wait this one out here, but Benji does get cleaned up.
Pozdrav Brekala.
And that was such a sneaky ambush right there. He used his shadow bomb, pushed up. Notice Benji was kind of over-peeking, harassing players with that sniper. You cannot hold down scope right there. He ate a shotgun to the face, and that's why Benji goes down. And I love what Savage did here. He just went for high ground. He had to immediately get out of there and leave his duo behind. So what can Mr. Savage do? One of the best mechanical players here today. What can he do by himself?
It's not going to be easy, not with a lobby like this. At this point in time, he's really just looking to play the keep away game. Maybe he can pick off a player with that heavy sniper, get an elimination for himself. They only have 1 point.
Ma ne možeš znat ko će dobiti solo, ljudi. To nikad ne možeš znati.
Pressure on them. Now you see that half out circle. Only 2 duos are going to be inside of there, so everyone's going to have to start to move over to that east side. It's going to be a struggle for so many.
Sad će biti kaos. Evo Mongrala.
They want to try and gatekeep, prevent these players from getting inside.
This is a team we want to watch right now during this rotation. Mongrel and Mitro, they are masters at executing, especially when they have mobility like this to cut across the field. They are on the hunt right now, and there's no reason for them to rush. Once they spot out someone, they're gonna pounce. They're gonna jump on that target.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for you to make that mistake. And with the
Dobri
nerves
su.
at an all-time high here, players are certainly gonna make that error in judgment. Saw it happen in scrims when we were looking at players just getting warmed up so much.
Mongral, vidi ga.
There's the launch pad. It's going to go out now. Need to be wary of getting beamed in the sky. So many times you think that you're just going to be sailing away with no problem, not a care in the world, and then you just end up losing all of your shields, all of your HP, and then that's it. You're done.
I've seen it countless number of times. People tweet out, you know, you fly across, you get taken out the sky.
Dobro je, skupa su.
Neither Mitro nor Mongrel was shot once on that rotation, and it was masterfully done right there. And whoa, it looks like they're tracking so beautifully. Catches someone trying to just kind of rotate on by in a shadow bomb, but that was not enough.
You are not safe from the shadows there, buddy. Another thing, too, was that when they were out of position for a brief moment, the way that they were able to just get back together.
Koliko je ostalo još? 41 čovjek, 25 timova.
You need to have it when you're getting down to these final moments. 25 duos are going to still be standing here. You got Calculator and Macwood.
Nemojte se kladiti, ljudi, to vam ništa ne valja.
Shouldn't be comfortable just yet, because anything can happen here. Look at where that next circle is going to be going. Moves need to be made.
With that RPG, I mean, they can basically take high ground at any given moment that they want nor choose. Calculator looking around, already on 4 eliminations for Macwood. Macwood did say he's the fragger of the duo. We'll see if Calculator can keep up right now. I am just poking good fun because Calculator loves to talk a big game on the social medias.
He really does, man.
Ovi ima 4 kila, like.
No fun and games to be had. This is is Game 3 of the Fortnite World Cup Finals. It's time to put up or shut up for a lot of these players.
Look at that, wasting no extra mats. They do not waste more than they have to.
This was earlier on. An elimination onto Migro.
Frajer je ubio Mongrala i Mitra.
There you have it.
Frajer riješio i Mongrala i Mitra. GG, man.
Gonna pay there to Dubs and Mega.
So far, so good. Maxwell again just holding this positioning right here. He is gonna get blocked out with his teammate accidentally, but it's all good. This is still his ground to control right now. They have clear control of the skies here.
And they have a ton of builds to work with as well, Monster. 4 eliminations for Macwood. A great game for him thus far. That's 4 points for this duo, but he's going to be taking some shots. Has to be careful there. There you can see the lay of the land, Monster.
Gle ti kaosa.
Will be divvied out soon. There goes the storm surge already ringing down on players. Jay has to make a big move. Doesn't matter. Zate is going to wrap up right here as Keys goes down as well. And the shot.
Ovi gore na haju su dobri, je.
Just look at the overhead, the chaos that's going on in the mid ground specifically.
And look who's still in this, Saf. They're going to be in first place. If they keep this going, another dominant game for them, another high-placing game could be the difference maker to keep them in that first place position. Up on the high ground, Calculator and Macwood putting down shots yet again, not giving players any moment to be comfortable whatsoever. Look at the names that are here, though. The Rockets now starting to fly by Wolfies. Wolfies having to defend himself. Zate's going to be out of this one, so now it's going to be up to Saf. And Saf, he had to see his teammate go down, but his back's going to be to the storm there.
Koji kaos se.
Who's waiting this one out. He knows on the right side.
Ima još 140 materijala ovaj.
These players, they're going to try and force their way into his box, so he has to play defense. He has to disengage.
Ovi Safi Zajt imaju 7 kilova. Oni će biti prvi.
From that whole exchange, Monster.
That's exactly where you want to be. They're still putting this pressure down. And Zaf is looking for one, but it's Vinny who's going to take him out right there. So Vinny's going to find his first elimination, and he has so much health. He is in the game right now, although by himself because Zextro is down. And now Oslo, Bad Sniper, one of the few duos that are still left in this game right here. Arkham somehow, with a masterful rotation, he's still in as well.
Bro.
Bad Snipers at 11 eliminations with Oslo here.
Wow, unreal stuff. Bad Sniper is going to be out of this one. Macwood and Calculator still owning the high ground.
Ne možeš ga dići burazni doći. Glovi imaju 12 kilova. Bad Sniper i Oslo. 12 kilova ljudi imaju.
Waiting for Vinny, you can see that engagement down low.
WTF.
What's going on above here? Because Macwood and Calculator, they have their eyes on Dubs and Mega, and they do not want to give them that freedom to dictate where they want to go. They want to try and pinch them. Arkrum just eliminated Vinny on that, and it's going to be Oslo and Arkrum down low. But you're going to have a clash
Još ih je 6.
in the high and in the mid ground, and Dubs and Mega feeling that pressure, needing to just dive
12 kilova, da.
Wait a minute, because I think what they're doing is they're just trying to see if they're going to run out of builds. Potentially, I mean, the play here.
Evo im 13 kilova.
Defense.
Yes, that's right. Oslo's now left by himself. All he has to do is time this fighter fight, so long as he doesn't bother them. But Dubs and Mega try to go for the high ground and make a fatal error. They fall to the low here, Golden Boy.
This isn't looking good there. Mega and Dubs, they have the low ground, the ultimate low ground. Oslo's going to be outside, but they get the elimination. Calculator and Macwood, they're holding the high ground, and that's the victory royale. Macwood pops off.
Koja špica, aj.
7 eliminations for him, 2 for Calculator, 9 total, plus the victory royale. 19 points for that duo. Crushed it.
There was just something about the loadout. Seeing that RPG once they already were holding the
Koja
the
špica.
high ground. You just knew pressure, and that's what Macwood did there. What was it, 7 eliminations? Hey, shout out to Calculator too. He got a couple at the end.
Yeah, he had his back. Most importantly, Dubs and Mega constantly playing that defense. Credit to Macwood and Calculator for the way that they continue to apply the pressure. And then it was the shock, sending them down low, forcing them into that engagement. Credit to Oslo now, who took traps instantly to see maybe he can get a cheeky trap elimination. Didn't work out for him there, but a top 3 placing for him. Certainly got to be happy with that one. And then it came down to the final moment when Calculator and
Ovi skočili dole.
able to push his player with their combat shotties. Boom, that's the game.
Koje veselje, ej.
So good. Gotta love the reactions right there.
Whew. What a game that was. Had
Koja
a little bit
špica, aj.
of a slow ramp up.
Ajde Marke, vidimo
But
se.
that's what Fortnite will do to you. You're just talking, you're having a conversation about where the positioning is going to be, and then out of nowhere, boom, you're in the action, you're in the fight, and things start to get wild.
Može,
Great game
Marki.
there for Mac winning Calculator. Calculator winning on the world stage, man. Look at that. Eat your heart out, Reddit.
I gotta say, you know, I'm sure he's proved a lot of people wrong, and you have to respect it.
Yeah.
But, Golden Boy, I want to see where we stand here.
Where are we right now?
Ko je prvi?
So at the top, it's
Saf.
still gonna be Saf and Zate with
38 bodova.
points. They have that victory royale from game 1 and 16 eliminations. Mega, Dubs,
Mongrel
second place,
Nitro
looking
8.
pretty. No victory royales for them thus far. You saw Zexro and Vinny do the same thing, but it's Calculator and Mac with that jump up to 6th place. They have 22 points total, 12 eliminations in that game. They're finally in that top 10.
I want to take it one step further. Bad Sniper and Oslo jump up to 13 total eliminations. They didn't have anything up until this point. They just had one great pop-off game. And suddenly they're in the running here. It is anyone's game in the top 10 because you have to be consistent. And again, there's always those wild cards, those pop-off moments. And here's a look at
Benji Fish i Savage, tek 18. mjesto. Pozdrav Spam L2L.
Who've been wrestled out of the top 10. The Japanese duo who had a premier game in game number 1.
Zmajev, evo ne igram sad, gledamo svjetsko. Gledamo svjetsko, ljudi vraćam se, vi samo gledajte, dopisujte se, dođem za 5 minuta samo da si sendviče napravim.
A lot of players are going to be down low. Like, there's opportunity for you to try and get your way into that top 20, which is where you're really going to start to get a lot in the prizing. But for the folks that are going to be sitting in top 10 right now, they're going to be feeling very nice about their current standings. For game 3 to be in 2nd place, Dubs and Mega, and then Saf and Zate still performing so well.
And that's the crazy part. Dubs and Mega. Everyone has been rooting for them. They're like that wild card that came out of nowhere, and they really swept the competitive community hard lately.
Yeah, that's right. So I did get word. We have Jordan standing by with our winners from game 3. Jordan, take it away.
NA really showing up and showing off today. It's amazing, seemingly tapping in that nail on the coffin. Such a please pardon the pun, I have to say, calculated game here from Calculator and Macwood. Guys, well matted, well utilized. You dominated high ground, seemingly all of that in-game there. Walk me through that process of getting that high ground, attaining, and then dominating for the rest of the game.
Well, we were able to pick up 2 lucky eliminations on that outer circle of 4th zone, I think it is, and we were able to use our mats to build up. We were lucky enough to get half and half, and we were able to just beam people out of the air, hold high, and got lucky with a couple zones.
Amazing. Well, I mean, again, you have 3 games left to go. The strategy, is it going to continue to shift around a little bit, or are you guys going to maintain what you've been working on thus far?
I didn't hear the question.
Strategy, maintaining thus far. You guys have a very calculated and very patient game, seemingly leading all the way up to the end of the end game. Right, walk me through your strategy for the end of the next 3 games.
Shoot them in the head.
Shoot them in the head. You heard it here first. Back to you, GV and Monster.
Calculator gets one opportunity to show the world his prowess and knowledge of Fortnite. He just says shoot them in the head. You gotta respect it.
You know, some people, it's just that simple, and hey man, maybe he's just wired that way, right? We're all wired a little differently. Calculator has clearly got his head on his shoulders, and he's ready to just shoot things.
Yeah, but Macwood was the one doing a bulk of the shooting in that last game. 7 eliminations for Macwood. He looked so great, and you would expect the young Calculator to be the one that leads the charge on slaying, but Macwood, man, holding it down. And let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I mean, you know, Macwood not that much older, right? But I think it's just important to note that you have to have teammates at any point in time to just pop off. Like, you need that. It's so necessary. You gotta trust in your teammate. That's what makes a lot of these duos so successful.
Yes, I mean, we've seen it from the start of every round. Some teams are just more aggressive than others, and they know how to stick together.
A lot of great moments in that game, and good news for us is that we got Sundown standing by to break it all down. Sundown, over to you.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy and Monster. Now, we talked about Safe and Zat. We just got to talk with Macwood and Calculator, but Dubs and Mega had an incredible game from the early into the mid that they transition into a top 2 performance. So let's dive right on in and see what allowed to make them into the top 3. First, notice their elims in the bottom corner, but the rifle fire together. The second they see the shield is down, able to pick up one. Mega is the one who is leading the charge here. He picks up all 4 of their first elims. You can see Waller plays down, and the trap is so intelligent. Double ticks going through, places the ramp so it's phased. Knowing the yellow is there, pushes in 2 more elims, chug splashes. Dubs stays up with just barely enough HP, and you can see he's trying to trap the floor every single time. Gets the mid-ground control. 5th elim for Mega. We talked about how high their ceiling was, unfortunately using the shockwave to go down and end up at a low ground disadvantage. Calculator and Macwood able to ride it out, but now Mega and Dubs have pushed into that top 3, challenging to be the first ever World Championship duo. The team who has possibly the highest ceiling, full qualified solos and duos. The question is, in the last half, the last 3 games, will they be able to keep it up? Will NA stay on top? Will Serpent and Hype represent Oceania and upset the apple cart? I'm about ready to see some hype myself. Let's throw it back inside for the last 3 games. Gentlemen, take it away.
Well, if you want hype, got you covered, baby, because these games have been incredible. And if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. We're in the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Game 3 just concluded. We had 3 different winners across 3 different games. This is our duos competition, and these players are playing for a lot of money in prizing. So much on the line here. Lives will change forever after today for those players that are on the stage and some of the folks you're seeing on your screen right now in, well, I would say in a different situations than they would find themselves in. You got Vinny and Zexro, they're right there. Zayt and Saf, 3 games in, still holding on to first place. It has been wild stuff. Welcome, I'm Golden Boy alongside with Monster D-Face here, and it's been a great day. Really, there's nothing more that you could possibly say about it. And as I had mentioned before, the prizing, the money that these guys are battling it out for, this is it. First place will take home $3 million. Second place gets $2.2 million. Like, that's just absurd. You get in the, where is this here?
4 millionaires, 4 millionaire duos before the weekend is over. Not to mention all the fame and clout that comes with it. So I think you'll be pretty well off at that point. But everyone's a winner here. We're here to celebrate all of the competitors that made it this far to the Fortnite World Cup final stage, because those 10 weekends of qualifications were not easy.
Yeah, when you get into 10th place, that's where you really start to rack up the coin. But game 4 now about to begin. Here we go, folks. Let's see who's going to come out on top. We've had 3 different winners, but our top performers have been consistent through and through. Are we going to see a repeat winner? Are we going to get a new one to add to the list? It's now time. The battle bus is loaded up. Let's start game 4.
And you know what? Every game so far, we've seen a new winner. I love that. Same thing with the Pro-Am. There was always some new duo showing that, hey, we've been playing this game. We're ready to take a victory. Everyone here has the potential to come out on top, and you see it unfold in those final moments.
Throughout the weekend, we've been doing interviews, meeting with fans, and talking to people, and a lot of folks have asked, who do you think is going to win? And I know it sounds like a cop-out answer, but I'll be very real with you all. I have no freaking idea because it truly is up. It's up in the air. This is a battle royale game. At any point in time, you can have Macwood and Calculator just having the game of their lives in game 3, and now look, boom, they're going to be sitting in the top 10. I mean, how do you even predict that?
We nearly saw it with Zayt and Saf. I think anyone with good logic can clearly put their money on people that have had prior experience, but even that is not enough, because Macwood and Calculator showing that, hey, you know what? We don't even need that. We're here to slay.
Dubs and Mega, they're in 2nd place. They made their names in these qualifiers that led us up to this point. They did not find themselves in LAN. This is the first time these young men are up there playing on this stage. When I was their age, I couldn't even believe that I would be capable of doing something like that. And they're doing it, and they're doing it with style. And then to make matters worse for everyone else in the server, they've been so consistent, deadly through and through.
Yeah, that's right. And they're in second place, no victory royale. So just showing that if you step to their box, you're gonna get hurt. We saw Mega with a masterful, and I mean beautiful performance under storm surge pressure. He didn't even blink an eye, still fighting other players, fighting his way out of that desperate situation. Volks and Parpy, let's just hop into this duo right here. We'll talk about him a little bit. They are known for sticking to the hip in PvP. Earlier today, we saw Volks get traded out, but it wasn't just like an easy trade. They were actually winning the engagement up until that point, just showing that they have the skill. And that's the OCE region, right? One of the most feared regions here at the qualifiers, because of the fact that you just had to get a ton of elims. You had to be #1 in the region.
When talking to players, I would ask them, what are you looking to avoid? And every time, if it was, you know, the NAEU players, they would say, I'm just trying to avoid OCE or Brazil. I don't want to have to deal with that. Because they play the hyper aggro style, and they just don't care who you are. They're going to go for the fight.
I mean, you saw Scarlet and Bell in that first game. I truly thought they were going to take the whole thing. It was so close.
Even Sinnoh in the Pro-Am yesterday, another top player
finished
in the
second.
Asian region, finished second. And he was just, I know it's a Pro-Am, obviously a different competition there, but he was just going into boxes. He didn't care, not a care in the world for them. Now Volks and Parpy do find a player up above here, right by the jet stream.
And he hit him once for whites already, so that means there is no shield on that player. You can have up to 100 effective shield. That player's dangerously weak, and Volks is just keeping an eye on him. He doesn't know if he's slipped out already, and says, you know what, I'm gonna go back to my teammate. It's a little too risky getting split up here.
Play for the mid to late game in this situation now, but 7SSK is going to be dealing once again with Spades and Crimson. It seems like just a constant for them. They cannot seem to win out on this fight. Crimson's going to be down though, so the advantage could be going in the favor of Jamside and 7SSK. Spades going to have the high ground, now having to deal with a 1v2. Does he have what it takes to pull this one off? He doesn't own that wall. He has no more builds to work with as well. They're going to push out, and Spades couldn't deal with it, and that's going to be the win there for those two.
You would think for Jamside and SSK, like, hey, you know, we've been landing here, haven't been successful. Do you mix it up? They say, nah, I'm going to stick to my guns here, because everyone's a winner, regardless.
The VP boys coming out on top. Week 6 qualifiers for them, and they just need that game, that one game. So many of these players get that one game that catapults them into the top 10. Then the momentum shifts, the confidence starts to rise up. You think to yourself, I am capable of being able to do this.
Mongrel looking for it right here. Love this dual perspective right now. Mongrel's actually looking for a side angle. He's going for the offense, pushing out. Is he tracking this player down? It's really hard to tell. They're getting into, really just going deeper into Neo Tilted. If you hang on the outskirts or by the slips, you're at huge risk for getting dived onto. It looks like they say, you know what, we're just going to continue to push on through. Those guys dive off, and those markers are actually the trackers. They say, hey, they're going this way. Mongrel still wants a piece of this.
Keeping up with where players are moving in the crowded Neo Tilted, a new area that was introduced just a little while ago. Some players made Tilted Towers their home. This was a drop spot for so many, the likes of Nick Merckx, Aiden, right? But ever since it changed, you started to see players second guess whether or not they wanted to go to the new Tilted. Talking to Aiden earlier, actually when we went out to go get pizza and stuff, he had mentioned like Tilted's just a whole different beast now. You know, just not something that he really would want to deal with. That's why you don't really see him going that way anymore.
Yeah, it's just a different layout.
Evo me, kakve sam si sendviče napravio, morao sam.
Kind of tend to evolve and whatnot here, but we have Twiz in cover H looking for a push down right now, and they have the positioning, they have the high ground, and it's just a matter of, do we want to dive down? They don't want to give up their angle. They know this duo below them have a flint knock. Flint knock can do so much damage if you peek the wrong way. Minimal's gonna hit you for about 80.
This duo from New Zealand, we had a
Evo me, ljudi, tu sam, sendviče sam si napravio da si nešto pojedem.
Great to see that friendship,
I da pogledamo još ovo.
Something that a lot of these duos that came together for the Fortnite World Cup duos portion of the finals don't really have. They don't have that cohesion, that chemistry that these two will have, right? That Saf and Zate would have as well.
Crazy to think there's 89 players in the lobby and 48 duos, so a lot of disengages, a lot of solos out there right now. Keenstar and Hunter looking to defend themselves right now, and it's just a cat game right here, cat and mouse game. What are they going to do? They actually shockwave on out of there, and into the slip they go. They're out. They're trying to get away. That was a shadow bomb right there, and he's gone.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that duo that was coming in, but the storm is creeping up now. This is only phase one. Nyx gets knocked by Zexro. Saw that in the elimination feed.
Sandviči, mislim, malo sam ih stavio da se zapeku.
It looks like actually they saw Mend right there building by himself in a one poor wooden shack, and they're pushing the shack now. So Twiz is going to hear these shots off in the distance, but looks like we're hopping over to the Loot Lake area where it's Macwood and Calculator going against Daedra and Miz. This is a top 10 contenders right here.
The game 3 winners now having to deal with Daedra and Miz. Shots as well, snipe shot. You just heard that one squeak by Daedra. Need to be careful there. There's some more shots being laid out. Disengage as well. And they're just
Pa dobro Leo, pa šta onda ako niko ne gleda live?
Don't want to have to deal with the storm, obviously. It's still early games here, so you're not going to be ticked for too much.
Mogu ja za sebe malo nešto gledati.
Really looking for this next zone, where you're going to start to move here. And this, again, the game is going to be so slow in the start because as you
Meni nije stalo uopće koliko ću ljudi gledat live. Mene to baš zaboli brige.
So many points you can earn from this. Flying into the top 10 potentially if we have a new winner that was outside of it. This is where players start to, I guess it really sets in on them that they're going to be playing for $3 million in prizing.
Ma da, a meni stvarno nije stalo ko gleda, ko ne gleda. Baš me brige, iskreno.
Here it is, Twiz goes for the shockwave overhead, and it's Diros who eats a chunky one right there. Cover H looking to chop this bad boy down. In comes the Sinkers. Is it going to be enough though? The pressure is so real right here.
Twiz and Cover H doing it not only for themselves, doing it for New Zealand, their families, and everyone watching them at home. And that is going to be one elimination through. I saw that one pop up. That's number 1 for this duo. The challenge comes in, and that's the win there. 2 wins total. Twiz gets them both.
He tried to get out there and play the trap play, but it was not enough. 7 SSK and Jamside have rotated in from Paradise Found. Oh no, down comes the build. They should be close enough. Yeah, he is going to be able to catch himself in a build. Goes off, Golden Boy.
Cover H is going to be down. Jamside. 7 SSK 7. You're looking at Jam's perspective here. Going in for the fight, and after winning that one out, it's going to be Jam and 7 SSK 7 that get the better of the boys from New Zealand.
They found their stride coming into game 4 so far, and that means they're in the running right now. 4 elims is enough to put you on just
pa gledaj, svaki dan možemo igrati Fortnite, a ovo je jednom u godinu dana. Tako da ono.
Because there are several more games left before this thing is over here. This Calculator finds himself very high in the sky right here. He's got a nice little base, and they're just waiting.
Yeah, waiting it out. Norwood's going to be beneath them.
Mislim da je bolje ovdje da pogledamo. Hvala ti, Leone.
Oh no.
Hvala ti, Leone.
Starting to hear the explosions.
Hvala svima koji supportaju.
Wow, he actually sent a shot when the explode came in and hit Cease with that? What? How was Cease knocked right there?
Just, again, when it comes to Fortnite, you never know what you're really going to expect here. Players will always pull something out of the hat and surprise you each and every time. I was looking over at Macwood, who's playing defense. Calculator now really having to deal with 2 players angling shots at him. Macwood back into a fighting position, a fighting posture to help his buddy out.
Yeah, and it's so unfortunate because
BabyFacecro
they were just about to push to seal the deal and elevate there, and that third party up on the mountain ruined that push.
Slows things down. Elevated Seas having to deal with the Stinkers will be moving out of the fight now.
I love it right there. He uses the Stinkers to back him off, and since he doesn't take friendly damage from it, he pushes right into enemy territory here. He's so offensive. He's on the enemy tracks.
Oh, man.
Macwood gets owned right there.
Not what you wanted to see happen after winning game number 3, but Elevate and Seas, we mentioned them before.
Kako ga je trepnuo,
They just need that moment to pop off so everyone here in New York can see what they're capable of.
Hvala i tebi, Toxic Deathshoe.
Another fight, but Elevate, what a shot there. On Calculator, sending him packing.
Calculator did a great job, though. He did win it straight off against Cease. Ronaldo and Zipper just nearby, though. Looks like they've heard the commotion. They're getting closer. And it's Norwood. Norwood's lurking about. He was like, you know what, getting closer, trying to see what he can do here. And Zip's gonna fall down here because of the shockwave.
Yeah, Norwood was the one down low, hearing all of the action happening. Zip and Ronaldo now in front of us. Do they manage to get this wall, just get ownership of it? But the ramp is going to be placed, giving him time to wiggle out of that moment of time.
And Norwood actually used all of his shockwaves there to disengage.
Yeah, it's not really worth it. By yourself, evidently. Oh, man. And that's Norwood. Norwood tried.
Didn't get far.
He did not get far at all, my friend. But there's the other duo right in front of him. Zip and Ronaldo have him in the sights. Ronaldo's going to be on the other side now. Engaging in the fight, not taking any damage.
Such a good job, though. Good job by Zip here to come in and back up his teammate right now. He is trying desperately to get to his teammate here. This is great teamwork. Now they have the pinch lined up. And the trap is down. That's a siphon for Elevate right there.
Ubio moj teammate.
That be the difference maker for him.
A zašto ne popiješ shieldove?
Take a moment to just pop the minis.
A little bit of a reset here.
Ovaj mora revivat svog.
So he didn't get knocked. He's not full eliminated yet.
Which is rough. You don't convert the Elim, you don't get the point either here. This Elevate is doing a great job on defense, but the Campfire heals down players as well. This is actually really, really smart of them to sit on the Campfire.
Stavio je Campfire da dobije vremena da mu ovaj ne umre. Gift Leo 5030 šalje gift i prekida, uživao prijenos. Kaže dužan sam ti zbog gejma još prije. Ne znam šta je Leo, ali hvala ti od srca. Na poklonu. World Cup. Tako je, Baby je pobjednik. Nego ko nego Baby. Kiss the cup. Leo, hvala ti. Hvala ti, Leo.
Ease up the burden, but nope, has to change layers again. And now let's go ahead and take a look.
Oh, and Zip is out of here. Funk, it's...
Kako ga je nasadio,
I think I could have sworn I saw Funk there, but no, I think that was Elevate. Apologies, that was Elevate.
Hvala ti, Leo. Ali nisi mi dužan gift zato što sam odigrao s tom.
Moving on now, taking a look at the other side of the map. We have Stompy and Shinken still in the game. Mongra and Mitro, Benji and Savage, Aqua. All of these duos, very, very powerhouse duos here.
Yep.
Close by right now.
4 eliminations for Benji Fishy. 36 duos remaining. It's going to be a loot late circle.
Benji Fish je živ, ne znam di su Mongrel i Mitro. Benji Fish je živ, 4 kila ima, nice.
Benji's at 4 eliminations here.
He's been having a good game. They've been playing well.
Playing very good. 4 elims.
Final moments, right?
Baby kino, pa nije kino, World Cup. Vidio sam da Guk Sajan, uglavnom, di si Ognjen? Vidio sam da Guk Sajan gleda crtiće neke i to. Ja ne znam iskreno šta se smije gledat, šta se ne smije, ali baš mi briga. Vidim da svi ovo prenosi, pa rekao idem i ja, šta sad. Pozdrav Josipa Kril. To jest Josipa Kri.
Got Vinny down low in a campfire. Saw Aiden and Sean there too. Had a few good moments for Aiden and Sean. It hasn't really been their event so far.
Dude.
6 elims.
That's insane. Having 6 eliminations already. Take a look at this stat right
Evo,
here.
Mitro i Mongrel su krenuli na sve ili ništa. 6 kilova ima.
Every other player on average. 176, that's not even enough to take out a player with shield and health. So they're doing a lot of work on this lobby right now. And they are here to play. Looks like they're going to find themselves another spot. This is actually an interesting spot. But it's all good because they have
Mogli bi se oni vratit.
up and over this cliff lip right here.
Trebaš imat licencu za to gledanje. Ma mislim da ne treba.
Angles.
To su gluposti, kogod ti to rekao. Onda trebam imati licencu za streamanje Fortnite-a, jer ovo je na Fortnite. Jesi, Frane. Da li sam jučer igrao turnir? Koji turnir? Evo Mongarala. Bravo Mongara. Vidi ga što je nabrijan. Vidi ga što je nabrijan, Kako je nabrijan lik,
Duos in Fortnite. Way to clutch up in those moments, man. Yeah, the nerves, they have to be shaking there.
Kako je nabrijan lik, To cijenim. Da kad nešto radiš da daš 100%, tak i treba biti. Kako je lik nabrijan,
He said we're gonna win loud and confidently. Mongrel and Mitro are here.
And they're here to win this game. That's the
A Mitro umire od smijeha,
All 33 duos that remain here have that same objective in mind. Luckily for them, I think that circle does work out for them just a tad.
And there it is, Storm Surge. It's now live.
And it's going to hurt some people.
You either have to do damage or less than 50 players have to be in the lobby.
Ostalo još 56 ljudi.
Six individual players right now are under it. Yep, that's it. Gustavo gets owned right there. Is Wishy going to be able to do something about it?
Storm Surge in effect. Dubs and Mega once again.
51 čovjek još
place in the leaderboards. 3 games have worked out very, very well for them.
And they can see that effect. You can see the Storm Surge around you.
51 players. Only one player needs to be eliminated, and that will be it.
Says, you know what? We ballin'. They out. They're going. They're trying to get that zone playing for placement right now. And do you blame them? Why not? They're in the lead right now. All they have to do is consistently skate through. They've gotten through the hardest part, the beginning. They're warmed up. As Mega is trying to fish around here and get a good spot. Looks like they get themselves a little bit more real estate.
A di je Nate Hill? Nigdje ga nema, Ja bi isto bio za Nate Hilla, ali ga ne vidim nigdje. Ali Mongrel je nabrijan. Let's go, man!
Cost a fair amount of metal right there. Mega now on 300 metals, trying to inch his way to that fence nearby. He's just doing a little bit of a material swap right there. Back to Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy with the minigun. The minigun's so good for pressure plays.
Spread out a few of those materials. Get ready for the potential movement. The snakiness, like you would hear players often mention. They tunnel out, give themselves some coverage. You need a lot of materials for that. Then the artillery strike from up above, a new item that was added. You can build around and give yourself some defense, so really it's just waiting it out rather than having to move out of the blast area. 5 elims for Mr. Savage.
Evo, Savage je Fish, Mongrel i Mitro, a ovo će biti napeto,
Certainly been a dominant game for EU thus far.
Yeah, for sure.
Bio je kod Lazija kad sam radio sandviče, ali nije osvojio nešto bodova, nažalost. Au. Razdvojili se Mitro i Mongrel. Mongrel dobio batina. Razdvojili su se i ima probleme. Ali preživio je Mongrel. Ali su razdvojeni jako. Baš su razdvojeni, Mongrel je u kaosu, Bit će im teško sad izvući. Kod mene roka kiša i grmi. I oj da bar kod mene tako bude.
This is it. It's coming down to the final moments, Monster, for a lot of these players. The pressure's on.
Yeah, Sap has already been taken out, so Zayt is left to fend for himself here. Can he play for placement?
Dobro, Mongrel je dobio još jedan kill. Mongrel je nekog ubio. I pun je s HP-om i shieldom.
Aqua and Nyrox are holding up the high ground here as well, and that's a scary duo. Way up top, uncontested.
Not someone that you want to have up above you.
Šta kad taj Mongrel može sam, čovječe?
After this, doesn't really have much left to work with, and the builds go away pretty much instantly. Zate gets eliminated, so that's going to be the end of the duo that's currently in first place in the standings.
Mongral 6 kilova.
Dubs is out as well. 4 eliminations for the
Mongral
duo.
6
Bottom
kilova
right of your
skupio.
screen. Mega very capable of being
I još je
able to
živ.
clutch this out by himself.
Ali Mitro je gotov.
Yeah, Mongrel actually just
Mongral 6 kilova. S tim da igra sam.
Jumps into someone's box. It's Voron who gets taken out right there by Mongrel. So he's still in the running. Mega goes up and gets traded as well. Vinny's still here too. So many solos remain right now, but there are still several duos in the game here, Golden.
And the scariest duo is going to be up above. It's Aqua and Nyrox. They're tarping this up.
Još uvijek je živ Mongral.
Shots wherever they can. If they can get a few more eliminations, a few
Nije
more
više.
points, that will jettison them up the leaderboard.
Ubili na Mongrala.
Elevate has 7 elims as well.
A gle ove gore imaju haj lijepi,
Rojo jumps out of the box. Wolfie's still in the game.
Benji Fish je živ. Ovaj Airwalks je dobar,
He loves to get in the faces of players, and it has worked out for him thus far. Elevate is out of the game. 7 eliminations for him, 7 points, not bad at all, and you're going to get the placements to boot. Still, Aqua and Nyrox up above.
Evo Benji Fish, sam je.
5 eliminations for him, 6 total with Mr. Savage's 1. Oh, there's a player in front of him. He pops up in front of him. Oh, that's so scary.
Au, kak je kikso,
Sky has been around the
Baš je
competitive scene
kikso,
for a long time, and for good reason right there. Nyrox now owning from the high ground, putting that pressure down. A shockwave was initiated right there, but it's not going to be enough. This is their map to control right here in the final moments. They're the only duo standing, Golden Boy.
This is their game to win. The cooler duo
dobro, skupio je puno bodova.
as they're putting the pressure on these players down low. They're synergized, they're communicating, and they're ready to pick up this victory royale in Game 4.
He only has 10 builds, though. This is very intense. Both of them don't have much here. He's going to put all the splashes down. Is that the decision right there to commit? Looks like the shockwave is going to cause an eruption in the high ground. And now they're in the zone here. What's going to happen here? This is so close.
5 players remaining. Few left as the shockwave is going to send him all the way up. Nyrox takes out Falconer down low, and he's wrestling with everyone. But Nyrox is out. Oh no! He does manage to get the elimination, and in the storm, the victory royale. 7 eliminations for the duo. A big, big win for Nyrox and Aqua.
Huge shockwave play in the final moments right there. It's going to propel him to the high ground and allow him to work top down. But not only that, it chucked everyone into the zone for a couple of seconds right there. So it truly was the ultimate disruption right there.
Frajer je dobio umbrelu, za Victory Royale.
Change everything, the complexion of it all. And just everything that had happened right at the end here. To Nyrox, he just went down low. He wanted to get scrappy with him. He goes down. That's Sky and Chapix. And then it's Aqua who follows it up. Flew up right into the sky there. I also like looking at the player's face at these moments because the focus that he has. Ooh, man.
To hit your shots, you must hit your shots. Look at that. Stompy, Jinkin have talked about Aqua and Nyrox as players to look out for. They're scary competitors on the scene, and good to see them take a victory royale.
Yeah, in EU, right? So we've had 2 NA, 2 EU now. You know, getting a little scrappy out there.
Spicy.
I like to see it, right? Everyone's like, EU, where you at? NA, where you at, right? But hey, that is the game, right? You never know what you're gonna get. Saf and Zate still hold on to first place, but it's only gonna be by 2 points. Dubs and Mega, they're looking for that victory royale. If they're able to get it, hey, they could find themselves in first. Vinny and Zexro in 3rd place currently with 35 points, 5 shy of first place. Saf and Zate have to hold on to their title.
Evo Mongral Mitro na 4. mjestu, čovječ.
In that last game, they just could not put it together. These last few games.
Mongral Mitro na 4. mjestu.
Given how close this gap is between all of the players in the top 10.
That's right, and take a look at your next page here. We saw plenty of Spades and Crims winning that Paradise Palms kind of early interaction, but one loss sets them way back to the second page.
Dobro su sad Mongral i Mitro odigrali, čovječ.
Points here, but look, Epic Whale still here as well. There's
Biće
a lot of players
napeto,
in the
biće
running.
napeto.
Yeah. Wild stuff from game
Pogledaj
4.
koliko ljudi ima.
Excuse me. As we've had the EU duo duo, the cooler duo, managing to get their win on the world stage. I know that we're going to have Jordan in a little bit.
Hoće biti raid na kraju, pa ovisi koliko će ljudi odbiti na live.
I want to hear from these players, and good news is we are going to do just that. So let's send it on over to Jordan, who has our winner standing by.
A massive shift for EU here. We all know that shockwave grenades can absolutely shift the balance of in-game, especially allowing you to propel yourself up and work your way top down to dominate and control what was the most exciting final moments of in-game here today. What is your plan going into these next couple of games? There's a lot kind of hanging in the balance here, right? There's a big momentum shift for you, and you have the opportunity to kind of go any direction that you want. What's your plan?
Our plan is just to keep going what we're doing right now, just landing our spot and going for consistent placement points.
Consistent placement points, that's key and can absolutely take the Vic Roy.
Mongral na 4. mjestu.
Just now. Back to you, GB and Monster.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for that one. And
teško, Frane, teško.
No reason for you to adjust anything. If it worked out for you there, clearly you're doing something right, Monster.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these competitive players know best, and stubbornness is in their name. You saw Jan side 7 SSK say, "Hey, I don't care if I lose the first 3 times here. We're gonna."
Savage je na 8. ja mislim.
And they did. They had a great, at least, showing at some point at the last one. So players are gonna stick to the guns.
Early engagements, man. That is just. I love seeing those fights with the gray weapons, right? You really can tell who can figure it out.
Joj, šta kod mene ne grmi, Pa di vi živite svi da grmi kod vas?
Challenge that players have to deal with in the beginning of a game like this. Now, I do understand we have Bala standing by to break it down and what we saw in Game 4. Bala?
Yeah, well, Aqua and Nyrox definitely showed up here today, and the resurgence of EU is maybe starting. We've got 2 more games to go, but I want to talk about Mongrel and Mitro and what they had to do in this game here. They actually ran into Zexro and Vinny. We're going to start off. GB, you were talking about early game engagements. This is one that's been going in the duo of Mongrel and Mitro's favor against Skeptic and Clicks in Neo Tilted Towers. The pressure here from Mitro to find out exactly where the first player is. Mongrel up above, then targeting on both. They try to get into the same box at the same time. They go down and just continue pushing forward. Mongrel and Mitro, it's the second time that they win this engagement here today, and it's not stopping. They continue forward.
Ali oni se fajtaju, oni se stalno fajtaju.
Trying to hunt down everything. There Clicks is trying to escape as well. And then this snipe here from Mitro. He actually, not only did he hit that, and they get right into it onto Zexro. He hit Vinny coming in with a drift board right before this. So 1 elimination there for them. And then they had the engagement that we saw earlier. We're going to go ahead and run it back.
Sagle ovaj, ovo je najbolji dio.
Puts them perfectly in position at 4th place right now. Reminder that this was with Mitro down after all was said and done. There he goes down, and then Mongrel comes in right on cue. He does not let his teammate go down. You heard the reactions earlier, and it continued because Mongrel got 1 more elimination in this game, leading to the 8 eliminations total before they fell, not before earning placements points, though.
A dobar je ovaj Mongrel,
Not only did they take out Vinny and Zexro, which were in 3rd place, they stopped them from accruing any more placement points.
Dobar je
So they
Mongrel,
are inching their way closer. They're now in 4th place. They actually have the most elims out of everybody in the tournament so far on 20. So with 2 more games to go, we're going to see where they can leave themselves at the end. Back to you guys, GB and Monster.
Thank you so much, Bala, for the insight there. Everyone getting all ready for games 5 and 6. And then we crown our first ever Fortnite World
Još 2 gejma.
Crazy to say out loud.
It's happening.
It's happening.
This is it. It's happening.
It's happening, right? Now, there have been a lot of duos that have been the talk of the town, but one duo in particular that have a lot of fans excited are BenjiFishy and Mr. Savage. And we did get an opportunity to catch up with them, and they're currently in 8th place. Can they climb up? Let's go ahead and check it out.
Evo Benji i Savage.
BenjiFishy and Mr. Savage. Our communication is probably the best in the world.
I'm gonna rift us.
Yeah, go. I just think we're on another level.
Behind you. Double RPG, 3, 2, 1, go.
Absolute destruction there.
This dual partnership has changed our lives. We've been able to accomplish so much more together.
He encourages me, I encourage
our channel. We're best friends, we're duo partners, and it makes me smile. Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Evo ih.
Check me again, bro. We're savage. We're Benji Fishy, bro.
My name is Martin Foss Anderson, and I go by the name Mr. Savage.
My name is Benji Fish, and my in-game name is Benji Fishy.
One of the most terrifying duos coming out of Europe, period.
We live in different places, but we talk every day online.
I live in Oslo in Norway, and Benji lives.
I live in Surrey in the UK.
And I travel to England to like meet him, see how he's doing here.
He has my back. If I ask him something, he'll help me out. We don't actually just play Fortnite. We play other games when we just want to have fun.
We have a lot of the same interests.
Dobri su, dobri su.
He's always really humble.
Ne zna se ko je dobio još. Još 2 gejma.
Yeah, we're great friends.
Shoot. Alright, yeah. Shoot. Alright, yeah.
I'm too good for you.
There's a guy northwest of me. He has an RPG, I'm not.
The reason why we're so good at playing duos is because we both have super good mechanical skills, good chemistry, and communication.
Okay, 120. Knocked one. Let's go, dude.
Everybody knew in the community that Savage was one of the best players in the world. He knows the game really well, so he makes really good calls.
Benji's just so insane at just eliminating people.
Benji Fishy is
Aha, ono što smo sad gledali dobio je...
Just follows me perfectly.
Nemam pojma, neka dvojica.
He fills in the gaps that I can't fill in.
You'd think a fish out of water would be harmless. Not this fishy. Not today.
People were definitely scared if they see.
A kupit će on njima kuće ovako i onak. Neke pare će uzeti sad sigurno.
Scary, but Fortnite, it's quite the opposite.
We're in a really good state right now as a duo.
Let's just close to the peak. I think they should be running.
We're playing super well.
Players, they continue to go down like flies.
We've been practicing. It's really nice to, finally be able to
prove ourselves.
Benji Fishy Savage.
I think we're just going to show people how good we are.
Hey, look at that right there. Some fans of Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy. They were diabolical in the online qualifiers. And maybe, just maybe, with these last 2 games, they could pull it up and get themselves into top 3, maybe even first place. How crazy would that be?
Let's be honest, we've seen them do very well so far. Maybe not the performance they were looking for. I know they want to pull a victory. They have everything it takes. They can muscle up from 8th. They'll be up there.
It's going to be a challenge for not them, but every single player. But we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, games 5 and 6, and then we crown our first ever Fortnite World Champions. We'll see you on the other side.
Des minuta, a brate mili je. Brim da će to biti to od mene za danas. Ko će čekati još 10 minuta, to će trajati do 11. A gledat ću na mobitelu ili negdje, ali ne da mi se live-a, to će još trajati 2 sat vremena i nešto.
Focus on late game a little bit, and I just sort of let him lead the way and made it happen.
How did it feel to...
Aj, mogu odigrati još jedan game. I onda ću ugasiti live. Evo. Ko uđe nek igra. Čujemo se, Šane. Jedan game ko uđe nek igra i onda ću ugasiti live. Evo ga. Ajmo jedan game i to je to.
Dobar dan.
Bog. Ej Dino, di si? Ej Hataki.
Znači, koliko je kod mene grmilo, to je...
Pa zašto kod mene ne grmi, je?
Ma joj,
Kod mene ne grmi.
Znači ovo je negdje, mislim da je neki 2-3 puta pukao. Tam negdje iza moje kuće, pitaj Boga.
Reci.
Što ne streamaš i World Cup?
Pa streamao sam do sad. Sad je 10 minuta pauze.
Baby, kad ti sutra možeš igrati? Da li možeš ujutro igrati?
Pa joj, nemam pojma, Vjerovatno ne. Ali će biti od 6, vjerovatno. Ne znam, iskreno, stvarno. Šta, treba nešto ili?
Ne. Ne treba ništa, samo... Zbog Fortnite još misliš.
Mislim da mi je ostao 1. A da završim challenge nešto.
Koliko ću streamati?
Ostao mi je još 1 da završim All Season 9 weekly challenges. Koliko ću streamati? Ovo mi je zadnji game.
Okej.
Neću više.
Koliko ti još ostalo od weekly challenge-a?
Ma samo 9. tjedan trebam završiti.
Aha, ba do. Čekaj, cijeli 9 ili neke dijelove 9?
Ja mislim da je samo jedan challenge, da.
Mislim da cijeli 9, ali ne... solar panele trebam posjetiti. Da, sad sam se sjetio. I to je to.
Imaš odmah...
Taj sam bio, taj u džungli nisam bio, ne znam gdje je na snijegu. Aha, kod Frostija.
Na snijegu ti je u Frostiju.
To je očito. Mislim da ja rekao.
Jama.
Kaj igraš squad s Benji Fishom? Ba Dino je dobar, Dino je skoro ko Benji Fish.
Ukradi mi se. Nemaš mi se. Ja sam samo Fish.
To bi ja rekao.
Dobar je Dino.
Idem ja na ljamu, brate.
Ajde. Za Jaši.
Aj, ostajem, aj. Znači, lik dođe, uzme mi tu...
O, Dino ti je poznat po tome. Ne da on ljame nikome.
Ajde, baci. Splitaj to. Splitaj sve.
Nemojte mi se svađati.
Splitaj sve.
Fučka šljamu, ajde, naći se materijala.
Ne treba.
Imaš cijeli lonely.
Lik uzme po... Pa nije to nego živcira me, nervira me to.
Nemoj se živcira.
Evo, tu imaš, evo. Diraj, ima 2. Baby, ja cubit.
Dok vi...
Pola poklona mi bude u zemlji i nestane mi puška.
Pa meni jučer sve nestalo. Ovdje je jedan mini. I imam čak splashove.
A ja imam puno materijala i puno metaka.
Pa ja sam okej. I'm good. Ima?
Plitaj se, nema ništa. Pa nađi, a možda ima nečega.
Evo me. Baby danas nismo igrali, nismo, da. I ja sam to dobio na poklon. Moramo ići u zonu,
Testovi kola radi. Opa, daj shield, to je ovo, dobro.
Šta si ti rekao, Toni?
Daj shieldovi kolači, ovo, dobro.
Aha, da.
Daj i shield i health.
Evo big shield ovdje. Za nekog.
Daj Dini neko, nema shield, nijemo.
Ja imam čak splashove.
U baloni. Ček, moram flash.
Da vidiš, baby, znači, jučer sam večer, oko ponoći, ušao u jednu partiju.
Dobro.
Duosa i bio sam naći 2 ljame, jedna je onako pored druge.
A, ne zeza je.
I to još kod loot lake-a.
Nice. Mi smo jednom našli 3 ljame, bili ja i friendovi, i još je neko pričao da ako nađeš 3 ljame da ćeš dobiti backpack.
Joj, to je onaj od muškog Brad Bombera,
Da, i mi našli 3 ljame, znaš kak smo mi sretni bili je. Jer nismo dobili normalno backpack.
To ti još u sretnoj sezoni bilo.
Babina kuća likovi.
To jer se čitaju.
Evo ih.
Ja ću prvo to česti. Dobijem još jedan kombat ovaj, just i...
A rado bi po njega, ali bi to pomoć.
58. Jedan je 58 dobio.
Baby, nema materijala.
Opa!
I na drugom kraju mape,
Tu ti je.
Okej.
Znači ovo je neki haker.
Okej.
Nije, ja nisam imao materijala.
Ja ću sad plaćat solo squad vidjeti.
Ma ne, ja idem, pa nemoj te ja gledat sad, aj kaj ti.
Izdajem.
Pa kaj ću ja tebe sad gledat 15 minuta, buraze.
Vidi.
Ajde, buraz, pozdrav. Samo ti klačaje. Pa nemoj gledat 15.
Evo vidit ćete, aj.
Ma ne, ja sam livo sam ja već. Kaj ti je, pa ne da se mene.
Čujemo se, baby.
Ajde, momci, laku noć svima.
Laku noć.
Ajde, čujemo se, uživajte mi, čao. Ćao.
Sam pazi na ovog, ovo je mene ko budala izgađao. Znači, lik je sam došao onako počeo me. Ne, nije taj, drugi je.